This happened in our very first home, and I still think about it. My wife and I bought our first house in 2016, just after we got married. The house was nearly 100 years old. Neighbors said it used to be the main farmhouse of the area. As first-time homeowners, we dreamed of renovations. While working, we kept finding old things hidden in crawl spaces, old school notebooks, wooden fruit crates, 1940s pinup magazine pages, old vinyl records. What felt strange was this: we were only the third family to live there. So why did the previous owners leave all of this behind? We didn't touch anything. We left it exactly where it was. Then, things started happening. One night, a toy in the basement began to giggle. Then it said, "Thank you." I always remove batteries from toys in storage. When I went downstairs, my heart dropped. The toy was no longer in the locked bin. It was sitting in the middle of the room. My daughter was only 2 years old. My wife never went to that side of the basement. There was no explanation. After that, the house felt alive. Items moved by themselves. Faucets turned on and off. Once the TV turned on, even though it was unplugged. We believed the house had spirits, but they never hurt us. So we stayed. We lived there peacefully for years. When we were expecting our second child, we decided to move. On moving day, I was the last one in the house. I checked every room. Every window was locked. I closed all the bedroom doors. Standing at the front door, I spoke out loud. "Thank you for letting us start our family here. We love this house. I hope the next family treats you kindly." Before I finished speaking, 3 doors slammed shut, hard. They were on the other side of the house. I had already closed them. I didn't wait. I left immediately. Maybe the house didn't want us to leave. This happened while I was babysitting, and I still can't explain it. One night I was babysitting 2 little boys. One was 5 years old, the other was 3. Before bedtime, we were playing with a small toy piano. I taught the older boy how to play. Mary had a little lamb. He was very proud of it. Later, I tucked them into their bunk beds. I sat on the top bunk, reading them bedtime stories. The house was quiet. Then, suddenly, we heard the toy piano. It was playing. Mary had a little lamb. The boys slowly looked at me. One of them asked, "Who is playing the piano?" I didn't answer because I didn't know what to say. I stayed on that top bunk. I kept reading stories. I didn't move until I heard their parents come home. To this day, I still wonder who was playing the piano. That house was either haunted or someone was there with us. Some places don't just feel wrong. They feel evil. The first apartment my husband and I rented with a roommate, one of his friends, right after getting married and moving to Florida, was a nightmare. It was so dirty that we thought the floor was brown. When we cleaned it, we realized it was actually bright yellow. Sometimes the apartment would suddenly fill with a smell so bad we thought something was rotting inside the walls. The smell always came from one place, the stairs, and then there was the feeling. Every time I stood on those stairs, the same image entered my mind. An old woman, white hair tied in a bun, no eyes, only black, empty holes staring back at me. She felt angry, hateful, evil. I avoided the stairs whenever I could. When I had to use them, I felt her behind me. I was too afraid to look back. The fear was so strong, it almost paralyzed me. Even our kitten was terrified of the stairs. She would run up them, hissing and crying, crashing into walls just to escape. We moved out after 3 months. A year later, the three of us met again. We started talking about that apartment. I said something was wrong with it. My husband said the stairs terrified him. Then our friend said, "I swear I saw an evil old lady, white hair in a bun, with black." All three of us said together, "Glaring holes for eyes." None of us had ever talked about it before. We all saw the same thing. Even now, 30 years later, talking about it gives us goosebumps. Some places aren't haunted, they are simply evil. I thought I was completely alone in the house. I was wrong. This happened a few years ago. It was late afternoon, my husband was at work, our sons were at school. I finally had the house to myself. Our bedroom is on the first floor with a bathroom attached. I locked the bedroom door. Then I locked the bathroom door. I started filling the bathtub. As I was getting in, our dogs suddenly jumped up and ran to the bathroom door. Then I heard it clearly. The door to the garage opened. I heard footsteps walking through the house, heading straight toward the bedroom. I assumed my husband came home early. I expected to hear him try the bedroom door and realize it was locked. But instead, I heard the bedroom door open. That's when I knew something was wrong. The dogs started to growl, slow, deep. Their hair stood straight up. Our dogs never bark and almost never growl. They lowered their heads, staring under the bathroom door. They backed away slowly, still growling. I could see movement on the other side of the door. I bent down to look. I saw feet. That's when pure panic hit me. I realized my phone was in another room. I was trapped in the bathtub, shaking. For over an hour, I sat there, imagining the door being kicked in. The only weapon I had was a can of Lysol. Eventually, the dogs stopped growling. The noises stopped. The house went silent. When my husband finally came home, I told him everything. He searched the entire house, every room, every door. There were no signs of an intruder. Every single door was locked. To this day, I still don't know who was in my house or how they left. Sometimes the scariest moments aren't loud. They're the ones that make you question reality. A couple of decades ago, I was working upstairs in my home office. Suddenly, I heard the front door open downstairs. Then my older brother announced his arrival with a "hello" in a manner that was distinctive to him. What made it strange was this. He lived 4 hours away, and I was not expecting him. Still, I was surprised and happy. I yelled back, "I'll be down in a couple of seconds." I saved my work and went downstairs to greet him. But the house was empty. No brother. No movement. No car outside. I assumed he stepped out to grab something. Minutes passed. Nothing. Confused and a little annoyed, I went back upstairs, wondering why he wouldn't wait for me. I sat down at my desk, and within seconds the phone rang. It was my brother. He said he'd be coming into town in a couple of days and wanted to know if I'd be around. I was sure he was pranking me. I grilled him, made him hang up, and then I called his home number. He answered. He was exactly where he said he was. 4 hours away. There was no prank, no explanation. It scared me at first. But now it's like, I don't feel fear. I feel wonder. Because maybe, just maybe, I experienced something beyond explanation.